Exploders, and welcome to the St Thomas Baptist Church YouTube channel. This is our first video for Explode this year, this term, and it's really great that you're here listening to our videos. We're obviously still not able to meet together in person to have Explode in church, which is really sad, but we hope that you guys have been enjoying all of the baking and all of the crazy challenges and all of our thoughts for the week we've been doing over the last 6 months. If you haven't seen those yet, head over to our Facebook page where you can find all of those we've been doing for ages, and there's lots and lots of activities if you need something to do. We're going to change it up a bit now this term. So we're going to be on YouTube. We're going to be watching a video series through the books of Luke and Acts in the Bible, and we're going to watch them together, learn them together, so even though we can't be together in person, we can still learn all about the same things in the Bible, which is really cool. So the books of Luke and Acts we've chosen because it's going to take us right the way through the life of Jesus, from when he's born to his death and resurrection and going back to heaven, and then all of the amazing things that his followers did after he left. So it's going to be a really great series, so we hope that you stick with us and watch the videos, and that would be absolutely great. So I'm just about to pause in a minute, and then I'll let you guys go and find the link to the video, which is going to be in the description down here. I want you to really watch it really carefully, have a think about what you're watching, because afterwards you're going to come back to this video, we're going to have a little think about what it means. So click on that link, we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I know it's not Christmas just yet, but we can learn more about the story of Jesus' birth any time of the year. It's really great to be able to start looking at the beginning of the book of Luke and the birth of Jesus Christ into the world. And I think it's pretty amazing to see just all of those things that came together for Jesus to be born as a baby on earth. And we can see that none of this was a surprise, even though it was so amazing. God had been promising this Messiah. He promised that there would be somebody who would come to prepare the way. He promised that his name was John the Baptist, that he would come and prepare people for Jesus to come. But more than that, he promised that that Messiah would come, the one who would deliver the people from the oppression that they were under, and with the Jews being oppressed by the Romans and all the other people that they'd been suffering at their hands. So it's pretty cool to think that God would follow through with his promises, and we know that God always does follow through with his promises. But you might think, well, God's promised he's going to send a Messiah, a king. You know, he's going to send his own son. You might think God would send his son to be born in a palace, to rich and famous parents, someone who's going to be surrounded by wealth and royalty and all of the things you would expect for, you know, the Son of God. We don't see that at all here, do we? We've just seen that he was born to, you know, a young virgin girl who was just been married, you know, in a poor family. He was born in a stable. He was laid in a feeding trough where animals would have been eating from. And he wasn't visited by anybody rich or famous. There were no kings. There were no, you know, fancy doctors to take care of the baby. He was visited by shepherds, you know, surrounded by animals. There was no room for them in the inn at all. And that's just so unexpected. When God sends his son into the world, that might not be what we would expect, right? But I think, you know, God does lots of things that he might not expect. You know, think about Mary. She was so surprised that she was going to have a baby. And Elizabeth and Zachariah as well, with their age, they weren't expecting that. But God just turns all these things on their heads. And like they said in the video, I think that's really important. God doesn't do things the way that humans would do it. We might have plans, but God has a better plan. And he turns all these things on their head, and it's just the same way that Jesus came into the world, just to turn everything on its head as well. You know, he's going to take us, if we trust in him, he takes us from darkness that we're living in into the light. He takes us from the sin that we're stuck in into the salvation. And even from the very beginning, when Jesus has just been born, before Jesus was even born, Mary gets told that his name is going to be Jesus, which means the Lord saves. So even from the very beginning, we can see that's why Jesus has come. But we're going to find out more about that as we go through the weeks, because Jesus doesn't stay a baby in the manger. Sometimes we think about him like that, don't we, at Christmas, just a baby. But he didn't stay like that. He grew up, and he became a man, and he did incredible miracles, and he just preached these incredible things and lived the perfect life. We're going to learn so much about that over the next few weeks as we go through this series. So stick with us. If you have any thoughts about today, or any ideas about what we can do, or any questions that you want to ask, you can stick those in the comments down here as well. And we will try and get back to you next week. But until then, have an amazing week. It's been great to catch up with you guys again, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.